Hi, I'm with Marc. What's your last name, Marc?
Leveille.
Leveille.
Leveille, which means in
Leveille.
French, well, not really. It's spelled Leveille, and it means to be awakened.
Oh, well,
Awakened.
you gotta wait.
Leveille.
Tell us what you do here. What is your job here?
I'm the public address announcer. Been the PA announcer for 7 years now. So basically, I accompany the fans through the game, calling the players when they come to bat, changes, pitching changes, moves, different moves, and little games and contests we have in Olympic Stadium. Been doing that for 7 years and having a ball.
How did you get this job? How did you apply for it? How did you know it was available?
Well, I like telling this story. I work at a radio station, and back then I was working at a radio station here in Montreal, French radio station, and a lady working here, Joanne Roux, that used to work here at the Expos, used to come to the radio station with scripts, commercial scripts, and ask me to do the commercials in French and English, and we would air these commercials, French and English radio stations in Montreal, promoting the Expos games and special events coming up. So I would do that for a couple of years, and one day the PA announcer here left, and they called me up and said, "Marc, would you like to be the PA at Olympic Stadium?" And I said, bingo, I want to be there. So I came up an afternoon, and players were on the field, and they said, "Okay, call me that player." And there was Fletcher back then, and Walker, and got the job, and been doing it for 7 years now, enjoying it.
So did you have any competition for the job at that point, or was it just you?
Not necessarily. Well, you know, it's difficult here in Montreal to find someone that speaks English,
Right.
and speaks English and knows the game. And I've been a fan for a long time, since I was young, and followed Rodney Scott and Tim Raines, who's back now, and so being able to speak both languages and knowing the game. I had a good chance to get the job, so that's basically why they offered it to me.
What's the hardest part of your job?
I don't think there's anything hard with the job. When you like the game, obviously you're concentrated the whole game. You have to look at the changes, what's happening. Sometimes there's a pinch runner running from the bench. You have to spot it. You have to follow the game. It's not hard. Nothing's really hard about it. Sometimes, at this time of the year, though, teams that will not be in the series call up a lot of players, and that means that often you'll have a lot of changes during a game, like in spring training. And I know you know about that. So a lot of changes, kids coming up. So the manager in September will make a lot of changes during the games. And that's the hardest part. It's not that hard, but basically it's fun, easy job, watching the games, and watching young players develop. And that's fascinating. That's what I love the most. I've seen Pedro Martinez develop here. He couldn't throw. I mean, he was hitting players constantly, hitting batters constantly, and we've seen him develop, and unfortunately, he won a Cy Young and left.
Yeah, that's true. What do you do off season?
I work at a radio station right now, our AM station here in Montreal. It's news talk radio station. Been there for a few years now. Always been in radio for 15 years now, and so that keeps me busy. I work days at the radio station also, so when the Expos are in town, I have big days. Start at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and finish at the end of the game here. I have to zoom back from work to here. So I'm in programming. I work programming assistant to the programming director. Take care of the promos, the contests, different shows, and love my job. So I have two great jobs, actually.
Well, that's good that you love your job.
Oh yeah, I love it.
So you don't ever have to anticipate, as I see some of my patients would anticipate retirement. All I think about is retirement. You love your job, so you don't ever have to.
Oh, and I'm a workaholic also. I love to work, and when you love what you do, you don't count the hours. Sure, you're tired maybe after the day, but I love what I do.
You have a family?
I don't have children. There's someone in my life, great girl, and have family, brothers and sisters that live in the Ottawa region. Get to see them often. And baseball fans in the family also. Father comes to the games once in a while. A lot of friends from Ottawa come to the games. A lot of fans all over. We don't have fans in the stands this year. Last year was very difficult also. It's a difficult situation right now. But Expos fans are all over Canada, Maritimes, Quebec, Ontario, northern United States. But there's a lot of uncertainty, and it's very, very difficult times. It's difficult for the PA announcer. It's difficult for all the employees. It's difficult for the fans. And we just hope the team's going to stay.
Calvin asked me not to ask this question, but I'm going to ask it. What do you think would make for a better attendance, a better just overall atmosphere for the Expos?
There's only one thing, and that's for the fans to know that the team's going to stay long term. If you don't get that, the fans won't come. The fans, they're waving the flag right now. You know, they see no hope, so they're not coming. If ever it happens that a new stadium gets built, it's going to change the whole thing, because people are going to know that the team's going to stay, and not only the team's going to stay, but the good players that you have are going to stay, because you keep on losing players constantly, year after year. And you know, when you lose Pedro Martinez and Moises Alou and Larry Walker and Randy Johnson, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. You know, you're a fan. I mean, you can expect how the fan is going to react to that. You know, why would I encourage this team if you keep on trading the players away? So the only thing that will draw the people back is to tell them, look, here's the stadium. We're going to build it in 2004, 2005, whatever, and we're going to be here for at least 25 years. And the baseball, Major League Baseball, is gonna maybe put a salary cap or a revenue share of some sort, because the Expos it's not the only team that's suffering right now. There are many teams that in February and March know that they have no chance to win, to participate in the series. So, you know, something has to happen with Major League Baseball, and we need a new stadium downtown. Well, when everything happens. I don't know if you've been here during the Grand Prix weekend, Formula One Grand Prix weekend, or the Jazz Festival. I mean, Montreal is just a wonderful city. I love the city, and people coming from all over, from Europe and the States, say the same thing. It's lots of stuff happening downtown, and put a stadium right there 2 blocks down, and with no roof. Baseball is meant to be played outdoors, and because it is a baseball city. It is. With everything that happened, people are just.
What's the population of metropolitan Montreal about?
I would say close to maybe 2 million. That includes all the little cities around, outskirts, and but people come from Ottawa also. There's maybe 500,000 over there, and Quebec maybe 500,000 also, and northern states. But there are fans, and we have good ratings on the radio and good ratings on TV. As many or more than the Montreal Canadiens. So nobody will tell me that there are no baseball fans. Baseball fans are just not coming anymore because they're waiting. They're on standby.
I guess that's right.
And, you know, we're all waiting and hoping, you know.
One thing I wanted to say, John Buckabella.
I've never said John Buckabella before, but Eddie Steinman heard it a few times from Claude Mouton.
Yeah.
Claude Mouton, and after that there was Richard Morancy, Alain Rouleau. After that came here, and you know, I'm now with a new generation. Vasquez, I got right fielder. That's not too bad either. That slender, tall Guerrero guy. And Cabrera, we got Cabrera there, and Tony Armas, also a great pitcher. Eddie forgot to tell you about Tony Armas.
I didn't ask him, but
Yeah, we got Armas and Pavano from the Red Sox for Pedro Martinez. So we have great players, but Buckabella is gone.